Yo guys, happy Monday. Happy Let's Set Shenmue 4 Day, hashtag Shenmue Anime 2 Day as well. As ever, I am Matt and I am joined by my esteemed colleague James. Man, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you, Matt. How are you doing, mate?
Yeah, not too bad for what is a Monday evening. we'll Mondays are Mondays. We'll leave that there, I think.
Happy Monday, Rhino.
Monday.
Monday.
Nobody likes Mondays. That's
ASMR, whatever it's called.
Right, nobody likes Mondays. They suck. But that's why we're here, to make your Monday just that little bit brighter. Before we dive in, we're going to do some Shenmue 3 story DLC on stream. But before we dive into that, I'm going to go straight into a nice new section. So first and foremost, at the top of the list is, you may have seen this already, but there is a very short teaser trailer for the new game from George Kitchen, currently as a working title, because George is very much stressed to say this. It's called Shenmue Guilin Adventure. And I'm going to pop a very small trailer up on the screen for everybody right now. So before we dive into everything, have a look at this, everyone. So there we are, guys. That's the first teaser trailer look at Shenmue Guilin Adventure. As I said, it's a working title. More info is to come in April, with a anticipated release of September this year, which is insane considering Dreams of Saturn only came out in late December. So we're not too far away from that. We're already in March, which is scary in itself. So we're around 6 months away from the release of this. And not only have we had the trailer, we have had a couple of new screenshots come out, which George managed to tweet out earlier today, which I'm going to pull up on the screen for everybody right now. So let's have a quick look at these as well. And these are stunning. Like, if you take yourself back to 2000, 2001, and just park it there for a second, I'll pull these up. So here's the first shot, the Verdant Bridge, and I will zoom it in so you can see it properly. So you've got a main character there, the Verdant Bridge, and as you can pretty much see here, it is in the Dreamcast aesthetic. So this is potentially what Shenmue 3 may have looked like on a Dreamcast, which is absolutely stunning in itself. And then the second screenshot, which is my absolute favourite, is this bad boy here. Bailey Village Square. Words do not describe how good this looks. It's insanely good how this thing looks. I can't do it justice. This shot for me is absolutely breathtaking in the nth degree. It is superb work there. James, man, have you got any comments on this?
Just looks stunning, doesn't it? It looks like that old Shenmue 3 screenshot we had of Rio and that Meow Village back in the day.
Yes.
Getting those sort of vibes off this image just because it's in Dreamcast style graphics. But seeing Shenmue 3 in Dreamcast style graphics, it's like what people call a demake almost, isn't it? I know it's
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
Shenmue 3 as such, but the world of Bailu Village, it looks spot on. It looks better than I would have expected it to look, to be honest.
It's as I said, like I can't justify in words how good that looks. And I think you can see as well, just from the progression from Dreams of Saturn into this already, it I know the style's still there, but it looks like it's been up to notch, doesn't it? It looks like George has like learned from what he did previously and has just improved on that massively. It's honestly, it's absolutely phenomenal work. And I don't know if George is in the chat or not, but absolutely superb. And James has just linked a main site post that I put out this evening, going through all the little details around that, the trailer, the screenshots, and everything around it. But speaking of George,
and George
James,
tells me that in the future he's going to remake it and call it Guilin Adventure DX, and the sequel's going to be called Guilin Adventure Battle. Guilin Adventure 2 Battle.
So it's
a bit of a Sonic Adventure joke for you there.
Absolutely brilliant. And sort of
you
coming
can
on.
Also,
Sorry,
get
James.
the original Dreams of Saturn. I'll just link that just in case anyone in the chat hasn't played that game yet.
And you should do if you haven't done already. And actually, that's a very good segue in, James, to an award that Dreams of Saturn has won. Do you want to tell us more?
Yeah, I will tell you a little bit more. So Sega Lounge did a community 2023 awards. They went around asking different groups like the Dreamcast Junkyard, Radio Sega staff. We got invited to take part in some voting, some of our staff members. And essentially, the category was Best Fan Game, or like Sega-related fan game, 2023. And Dreams of Saturn actually won that that category, which is awesome.
It's mental as well. Like,
I mean,
and
it's considering all the Sonic fan games that are made yearly, you know, like Sage, that event was quite heavily covered in Sega Lounge as well. So to top everything that was released that year, I think is a massive achievement for George.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's just testament to the work that's gone into that from George and everybody who's been involved in that project all the way through. Absolutely stunning. Yeah, I can't describe it any better than that. So there we go. And that's congratulations to George and everybody who's worked on that, because it's well deserved, and it's even more insane that it came out at the end of the year and won that award.
Yeah, true. Dreamcast December.
Yeah, December. I want to say 19th, but I could be wrong. But anyway, could be very wrong on that. Moving off away from sort of the fan projects, there is another little fan project actually I should mention. There's a little Chobu-chan Tamagotchi type game being developed at the moment. Full details are on our Discord. Hopefully that'll be releasing in the not too distant future, and when it does, I will certainly do a little playthrough of that as well. And that's being made by,
that looks pretty cool.
I think Sam. Is it Sam in the Discord? I'd have to look at it again.
Yep.
But it's very much.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
It looks really cool. A little bit of a throwback type game. Imagine like a Game Boy Color with proper color, and you're probably halfway there. In fairness.
Or like Sonic Adventure VMU, Chow Garden game that was on the VMU but in color, and replaced with the Chobu-chan. Like you say, like a Tamagotchi sort of thing.
So looking good there as well. So then on top of that, we have a couple of giveaways. I say a couple of giveaways, a few giveaways.
Quite a few giveaways. So I'll start with the code giveaway. So we do this every single month pretty much on the 4th. A code giveaway to give away either one of the Shenmue games or the entire series. I think this is for the entire series, right, Matt?
That's right.
So if you want to win all 3 Shenmue games for a friend, or yourself if you don't have them on Steam, you can enter that giveaway. The second giveaway is a Shenmue 3 t-shirt giveaway, which I believe is this t-shirt, right, Matt? It's not the one I'm wearing.
It's the Kickstarter one.
Not this one. Oh,
No.
yes. I know
The
what you mean.
Kickstarter one.
Okay.
Yeah. So the exclusive
No one would want
Kickstarter
this
t-shirt.
worn shirt anyway.
Not that exact t-shirt.
not this exact t-shirt, but a Shenmue 3 t-shirt, all the same. So if you want to win that or have a chance to win that, click the link, retweet, and like the post. That's all. Make sure you follow us, which I'm sure you do if you're in the chat. And the final giveaway is for our Dojo Disciple members on YouTube. So if you sign up to click the join button on YouTube, it's like $1.99, and then you'll get a secret. Well, you won't get a secret link, but on the Shenmue Dojo Discord, there's like secret chats that we've got for those members. So if you don't have access to that, let us know, and we'll add you into that room. And then we're giving away a semi-sealed Watch Shenmue this month. So we're going to do we do monthly giveaways in that channel. I was a little bit disappointed actually because I thought this was fully sealed, but you can actually pull the wrapper off as you can see there.
Oh yeah.
It is coming off a bit today actually. Let's see if there's a disc inside.
So where there's no disc, you're like, shit.
Yeah, I couldn't get it open there yesterday.
There we go. Looks in good nick actually. Very good nick.
Yeah. Well, I think obviously in Japan they always take care of everything, and for them to keep the seal as well is a testament to how well it's been kept. It's a perfect condition copy of that. So join the Discord, and Dojo Disciples can have a chance of winning a copy of Watch Shenmue. We've got some of the prizes that we're going to be giving away the upcoming months. What else do they have, Matt? Can't remember. They've got a Shenmue mini CD soundtrack, Kuming mini CD soundtrack, and a Shenmue 2 Japanese guidebook as well.
So, for any of you who aren't in that secret chat, but you are Dojo Disciples, if you contact James or I, or the Dojo on Twitter or something, then let us know and make sure that you're all in there. It's because sometimes if you've signed up to YouTube with a different email address, it doesn't, to your Discord, it doesn't pull it through. Twitch tends to pull through better for some reason. I don't know why, but anyway, so if you're not in there, and you should be, let us know and we'll make sure that you're added to that chat accordingly. Very well done there, James, as well.
Thank you.
So that's the giveaways. That's a lot of giveaways. On top of that, James and I, a few weeks ago, were guests on a podcast called Welcome to the Game Room. That's currently being edited and put together at the moment. That's going to be out in a few weeks' time. We talked all things Shenmue, including one topic of what would you do with the franchise if you had unlimited money. It was such a good topic, I stole it for a video. Sorry.
Good question, actually.
Very good question.
Got some good conversation out of that. And that should be releasing soon, I'd have thought. So
yes.
We'll link that as soon as that's available.
And speaking
keep your eye out.
Speaking of podcasts, James, what about us? Do we have another one in the way?
True. We do. We have one that's actually airing live on Radio Sega tonight. So there's a slight conflict of interest there, just the way it works. How it's a Monday night and it happens to be the 4th. Can't really do much about that. But if you want to listen to that podcast, it's going to be released on Wednesday from 8 p.m. as well. We're going to be doing a premiere of it this upcoming Wednesday, so 2 days' time. Really good podcast show. Quite enjoyed it actually. We got Stu back for part 2 of what we're calling the chapter tales topic, and this is part 1, a little bit confusing, of the Shenmue Master interviews that we covered in the show, and then we'll be recording part 2 of the Shenmue Master interviews, which will be part 3. Like I say, it's a little bit confusing, but hopefully you'll understand what we mean.
We're recording that a week today, in fact, all being well.
Yeah, this time next week.
So there we are. So there's plenty of bits
of
and pieces
content coming
around from everybody as well. On top of the Saturday videos that I've got coming out as well. Loads of content coming from the Shenmue community. It has been busy on Twitter today. James and I were sort of talking prior to coming live, and there's been a lot of tweets kicking around. It's got some ideas floating in my head.
I think it's really busy today.
How we can start harassing people, harassing Sega a bit more. I just need to sort of firm some things out in my head. But we'll see how things go.
Spam calling them.
Yeah. Give it Shenmue 4 now. Go away. No. They get you blocked and sent to my house. Before we dive into some Shenmue 3, let's see who's in chat. And thank you, everybody, for dropping in and joining us, as always. So I can see Master Mo's in. I can see Sean Hastings is in. Rhino is in, or was in, over on Twitch. His battery's died. We'll be jumping back on when he gets home. Sam Say's in, who is our most recent member as a Dojo Disciple. Welcome in. JLD Skydive is in. Welcome. You timed that perfectly because you caught my eye there just as you came in there. Clunky's in. Let's go a bit further up. Rio X has been in.
Sega Europe.
Strictly Sega Europe is in. Guppy Coy's in. Sean Hastings is in. Richard Cartledge is in as well. If I've repeated any names, it's because my brain isn't working because it's Monday, and we'll leave it there. If I've missed anybody, apologies, but do say hello in the chat, guys. We're going to dive straight in to some Shenmue 3 story DLC, and I haven't done this for a long time, actually.
Kenzo Games, welcome in, man.
Hey, Kenzo,
Nice
welcome in. So
I noticed, actually, so we got a couple of people that can't see the secret chat. So that's Sean Hastings, hang on a minute.
And Master Mo. So we can sort that out. Right, let's get Shenmue 3 on the screen for everybody, and let's crack on. There we go. Right. Let's go. There we are. Right, we're in business. So, while James is sorting out the secret chat, ooh, here we are. Some Chawan sign. Now, this is personally
I'm excited to see this, actually. Did you do the intro cutscene there?
It happened. It's the only save I've got, and I'd already done it.
Right.
So, for the benefit of people who haven't seen the intro before, you get caught by Zhang. I think is it on day 2 of being in Niaowu? He catches you sat outside the hotel, and then it triggers the DLC. Hey Mega, Wanodam, welcome in.
All right, so you're added now, Sean Hastings. Who's the other guy I saw? It was Master Mo, right? Mo. Are you going to try and do the secret Chawan signs as well, Matt?
I am. I don't remember where they all are, but if you can help guide me, and we'll do them. We'll do as many as we can.
I'll try and pull a guide up, yeah. Can you do the Chawan sign at this table again now that you've already done it? Or is it too late now?
I can.
Because this one you get a plate of oysters. Okay. Let me try and pull the guide up, because oh, there is a guide. I know Blue Moo did something, right?
A video for it all, didn't he?
So Chawan sign Shenmue 3 achievements, because I think it's linked to achievements, isn't it?
I think it is, yes.
Trophy and achievement guide. Let's see if it's linked on there. Story DLC. Does it tell you how to do it? This one doesn't. It just shows you what they are, so it's not really a guide. Right, so there are 13 locations where you can use the Chawan signs in game. If you sit down and do a Chawan sign at each location, you'll unlock a trophy. These are locations where you can do the Chawan signs. So I love fresh oysters at the harbour next to the table.
Yeah.
It doesn't tell you what combination.
Oh, hey,
to
Nahum.
do.
And you turned level 41. Happy birthday, my friend.
It does. It does, sorry. So, left up.
Yep.
Second down. Third down. Oh, no, sorry. So left middle. Second down. Third down. Fourth middle.
Like that. It's like a smiley face.
Yes. Let me know if it worked, because I'm like quite a bit behind.
Yeah, that's worked
in the stream.
Rio's reaction so flipping slow there.
Like a minute behind.
There you go. I've got myself a plate of oysters.
There you go, man. I've not seen all these before, either, so this will be quite fun. Look at the texture. Is that a lemon in the middle?
It is.
Slice of lemon.
Ugh.
Have you ever had oysters before?
No, I've never. Do you know what? They just put me off, the look of them, let alone anything else with them. I have to say, I'm just not a fan.
Yeah, same.
I'm not really a seafood fan.
I love sushi, man, and I do like fish, to be honest. But oysters, I've never really fancied. And I think it's because of that one episode of Mr. Bean, where he's like nailing all the oysters, and then they're all out of date or whatever.
Right. So see how we get on here. I might have to do some
So you could say the
story
save. Oh, okay, that's what my question was going to be.
because it's quite. I found the picture, done the Buddhist shop, so I've got to ask around the promenade. So yeah, I will have to do some story with it, but that's fine. It shouldn't be a massive issue.
Okay, so next one, Master Mo, I'm going to add you to the secret rooms. John Hastings is here. And weirdly, he's used a Mr. Bean gif there. Right, add members, Master Mo. Ooh, Master Mo's got 2 accounts, but I think I've got the right one there. One that's got the picture.
Here we are. I should have told you what bar I've gone into. 1 second. So I've now walked into the drunk
I think
tank.
it's millions served. Oh, drunk tank. Yeah. Okay.
So I don't know if there's anything here.
So the second one is drunk tank. Yeah, promenade just south of the Vendors Avenue entrance.
Yeah.
So
Boop, 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 boo, doo, doo, doo.
okay, so there isn't a secret one for this one, I don't think.
Okay, so I'll just make the normal sign then.
Oh. Oh no. Yeah, do the normal sign.
There we are. You smashed through some in-game days as well doing this. So that was drunk tank.
You do like that. Yeah, that wasn't right then.
Yeah. Hey, Jonathan, welcome in.
Right, I see what you're saying. So you're just doing the story DLC. You don't want me to tell you exactly where to go now.
Not in terms of like the actual story DLC. I'm sort of going to scoot through, find places to do chow on because I don't mind popping the trophies either. To be fair, Sushi Heaven.
Yeah. So the trophies. Sit down and do a chow sign at each location. You will unlock a trophy. So did you get a trophy just for doing a chow sign then?
No.
Okay. I forgot how this works, to be honest.
So have I. Yeah, I'll have to do a bit of story as well as we go, which is fine.
Crazy dim sum. Crazy dim sum.
Yeah.
Riverside Bar. And the Lonely Potter.
Right, let's do this cutscene then as well, because it'll move the story on a little bit.
Actually, no. Crazy Dim Sum or the Riverside Bar. Let me know when you get there and we can get a trophy.
Cool. Let's do this cutscene. Oh, hey, Peter Wilson. Didn't see you were in before. I think you were, in fairness. I just missed you.
Ah. Okay, if you go back to the drunk tank, I found the trophy one for the drunk tank.
Oh, we'll do
not
that
really
then.
in an order.
Oh, we'll do that then.
Catch up on some of the chat as well. This DLC was a pain on release. Yeah,
It's quite
I
hard to
struggle with this
trigger it.
because I'd already completed the game, so I needed to find a save that was some of Niawu's completed. And I think I ended up having to just restart the whole of Niawu, and then I didn't realize that you couldn't advance the story DLC without advancing the main story as well. So it was a bit like I ended up playing through the whole of Niawu again.
Yeah.
Which is fine. It was just as it came after the game, quite a while after the game than released. It was a little bit of a strange way of doing a DLC.
It was weird, wasn't it? Because, I mean, this was blatantly just cut straight from the game as sold as DLC.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Nahom. In the chat, apparently, Clunky says. Happy birthday. Yep, looks like it is. I hope we will get Shenmue 4 before I become over-leveled with age. Why does she have to remind me that must have been an episode? Jonathan D, welcome in. Drunk Tank was my name in college, Strictly Sega Europe said.
God, college, university, those days are a long way behind me now.
Yeah, Pete says he thinks you have to use them at the right time or they're missable. It's very difficult actually to figure them out, really, isn't it? Because they're just random combinations. I don't know how you'd stumble across them.
I don't know. It's weird, isn't it? Right, let's go back to Drunk Tank. We've got plenty of time.
Because there's no clues at all.
And to be fair, if I don't finish it tonight, it's not the end of the world.
So Drunk Tank is left up, second middle.
Yeah.
And then the other two down.
Okay. So let's do this. So left is already up.
Second, middle, and then the other two down. But this is like later in the quest, so I don't know if it'll work.
Find out.
Not until then.
No.
No. Okay, so we know them. We're going to have to come back. So which part of the quest are you on now?
Literally the first bit.
The first bit. So I think that's why you've got the oysters one that worked. So, right, I can see which one advances the story then. So I won't tell you until you get there. I think that's the one I'm using. That's the one I'm using, Peter K. Wilson.
Right, let's...
Peter K. Wilson, I don't know why I said the full thing.
Let's carry on down here. What's that?
I just understood what the guide is doing now. Yeah.
Interesting. While I'm walking across from Jonathan, what are your thoughts if Microsoft decides to continue the Shenmue franchise? Don't mind. They want to continue it. Great.
Yeah, I'd take anyone continuing it, even if it was like an exclusive on the Switch or something. You know, like Nintendo picked it up. I don't care anymore. I'm not like a fanboy biased towards anyone anymore that it needs to be on a PlayStation console now or it needs to be on an Xbox or what. Doesn't really matter to me now.
Right, so I'm just down from Joseph Kitchen's fried noodles. So I'm opposite... Oh, tell me here.
Is this the one that's by the Get Fish?
I'm Vendor Avenue, yeah.
Okay. So this is... Spoilers, this is the right table.
Oh, okay. That's just sod's law that I did that. Well, let's do it right then.
Anyone in the chat that's not seen this before, by the way? The story DLC? I think it might be interesting to discuss kind of like what the idea behind the story DLC was, because obviously Zhang is in Niawu, so has he followed Ryo? Was that the whole point? Like he'd followed Ryo, that he knew he was coming to Niawu, or he just happened to be sitting there, do you think?
It's difficult, isn't it? Because actually it feeds into one of the interviews that we talk about in our podcast, which is coming out on Wednesday, around Yuandazu and whether he is an evil knob.
An evil knob. That's one way of putting it, yeah, but there's a couple of questions like leveraged at Yu Suzuki, and he sort of answers that Yuandazu could be a little bit like not completely telling the whole truth. We go into it quite a bit on the podcast, so check that out. But yeah, it kind of makes sense that, you know, Zhang's here doing his dirty work almost, isn't he?
It is a bit, isn't it, that he's doing that? I'll have to do a bit of story, I think, as well. To sort of open
Like keeping
some
an eye
areas
on,
up.
keeping an eye on what Rio's up to, I guess, in the album. So JLD Skydive 12,000 hasn't seen the DLC yet, so this is going to be new to him. Nahum as well, not played the DLC.
Interesting.
If you didn't catch the stream last time as well, we played through pretty much the whole of the Bailu-chan hunt.
Yes.
With the battle rally, and we unlocked the secret character. That was fun last time. Shenmue 3 for Game Pass would be pretty good. That would be good. It used to be on PS Plus. I don't know if it is anymore.
It got taken off, but it was. We'll do this one. Outside, Black Sesame Dumpling.
Did you get a map then, by the way? You're supposed to
did.
get a map of a store, and you must find the store.
Yeah. Is how you find the store?
Is it not on the map? What was the map?
It doesn't tell you the name. It just says promenade and a layout of a store.
Okay.
So does Black Sesame have anything special?
Not at the moment. You need to move on to the next part.
Okay, fine. So let's just ask about.
Okay, I'll keep an eye on the guide. But yeah, you need to move on to Quest 2
Okay,
for
fine.
any more trophies. I only did this for the first time last year when I replayed Shenmue 3. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't the best integrated. Yeah, integrated.
Yeah, I think a lot of us would agree with that.
Yeah, it's great DLC actually. I really like it. It's just when you're playing it, you're playing it in one chunk, so it's a bit back and forth, isn't it, Matt? Like you keep running back to the harbour and then back to the far end and then back to the harbour. It's very much meant to be played as you're playing the game.
Yeah, very much so. Because it's I think had it been part of the game as it was released, I don't think it'd have been.
It would have made the album more
problem.
interesting, I think, as well. It would have felt like there was more story going on, I think, as well, because there'd be like this underlining side quest with Yuanda Zhu and Zhang, and
I think it just
cool.
It would have worked better, wouldn't it? I think that's what we're sort of getting at.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. You ain't going to change it now.
I mean, it's there now. If you've got it, it's part of the game now. But I mean, for everyone that played it and hasn't played it, played the DLC. I mean, as everyone that played Shenmue 3 originally and completed it and felt that the story was a bit lacking, this could have helped to alleviate a little bit of that story concern stuff. Did flesh out the thugs a little bit.
Yes, it did. The Bailu ones, very much so, actually. And there's some cool little Easter eggs in that final bit.
Shenmue 3 is not on the Microsoft Store, I think. Yeah, it hasn't been released on Xbox. Shenmue 3 hasn't. Are you doing something charitable this year? That was what we did, wasn't it? That was the Bailu Hunt Battle Rally stream we did last time. Strictly Sega Europe. That was for Gamer Blast 23. 24 actually this year. Special effect. We did that. Hey up, Sega Lounge. Casey's in.
Hey Casey, welcome in.
Happy Shenmue Day to you too, mate. It would have been cool to have Zhang involved in the finale with Grandmaster Bay and the other characters of the old castle. Very true. Yeah, they could have culminated to something going on there. Zhang kidnapped again in one of the prison cells or something. When did we do that stream map? That was like last week, wasn't it?
Last week or the week before? I pressed the wrong button there.
How's it going, Casey? You right? I still need to catch up on that VOD I missed the other day, the old Shenmue playthrough. So I don't even know if you've completed Shenmue or not yet. Maybe you've got another stream lined up. Potentially.
All good, Casey. Not bad at all.
Doing well, thank you. Had a little nap earlier, so I'm feeling a bit better than I would have done if I hadn't. Need one more to finish it. We did rescue Nozomi. Okay. I will get around to that. I've just been dead busy, man. I'm going to be even busier soon. Next month. This is cool, actually, at night time.
Yeah, it looks really cool, doesn't it?
Yeah, with the stars.
I'll probably call it there for the day, actually, in game. Oh no, not quite.
The actual choreography of like those little QT cutscenes is really good, I think.
And the fail states, I didn't show them there. The fail states are hilarious.
Yeah.
Where he gets smashed in the face with a fire extinguisher, a personal favourite.
And that big wooden pole thing that some dude's just lugging around.
Ah, here's Ren.
Du-du-du-dun. Rhino says, switch to YouTube now because Twitch was lagging too much for me. Is anyone else experiencing any Twitch troubles?
I say, let us know. I mean, it's probably on Twitch's end, but
the camera work is really good, actually, like Master Mo says on the QTs. Especially, like, I'm thinking when it zooms down to the fish and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, it's really
around
cool.
On the decking. Amazing.
Ah, Virtuous Shenmue, that's in.
Yo, Zat, how you doing, man? Getting scenes in QT at night are as great as snow or rain in Chapter 1. Good way of putting it, actually, yeah. Especially in the Aoi, because I love all like the lanterns and the vibes. He's kind of like an atmosphere in the Aoi because of like all the lanterns and stuff. Especially if you're looking out the hotel window on the balcony at night. Just something nice about that. It was giving me, at the time, it was giving me like Shenmue 2 come over guest house vibes when you look out the window and the come over guest house, you know what I mean? It's like, sort of feels like you're there almost on a holiday.
Just looking at chat, James the God Brown just got back into playing Shenmue. Glad there's a community involved with it. I've got part 1 to 3 doing playing 1, doing my forklift work. Very good.
Interesting username, whoever that is.
And Casey said that Ren's introduction is equal parts funny and underwhelming, and I would agree with that.
Yeah, me too, me too. I don't know if that was the original intended cutscene for Ren, actually. Because there was those files that was meant to show up in Bailu as well, right?
I think they had more planned and just didn't get the time for it. Excuse me.
I also wonder if the because of the Joseph Kitchen fried noodle stand sort of thing, or someone came up with the joke of having him get annoyed at that stall, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I don't know, Rhino. Strange name. I don't know if it's a coincidence, because obviously there is a more famous James Brown in the world. Or I've got a super fan that I didn't know about.
I'll tell you what I am going to do. Is I'm going to buy a couple of phone cards. Oh, I'm also going to get this little side quest.
Don't forget about Goro, Strictly Sega, it says. Side quests are interesting, aren't they? What did you make of some of them, man?
I didn't mind. Like, this one is particularly alright, actually. Like, I won't fill in too much to it. I'll try and sort of just do it naturally.
Yeah.
But it's, again, quite a nice little introduction.
I was expecting the hotel lady to have more as well because she was teased on the Kickstarter and stuff, and Yu Suzuki's was said she's one of his favourite characters or something, didn't he?
Okay, a few phone cards. We've got plenty of money, so...
Yeah, I kind of agree, Peter, that like the side quests were missable, but then again, they kind of were in the first two games, only you sort of stumbled across side quests and missable cutscenes and stuff, whereas like here, there's like a big flashing, beeping exclamation mark.
See, you can't say I don't cave into demand. We're calling Goro.
Even though he never got his phone number.
It's Rio, he's got a photographic memory for phone numbers. Hey, William Lovering, welcome
Hey,
in.
William.
Hey, So You Love Me, welcome
Nice
in
to
as well.
see you. That's an interesting thought. So You Love Me saying that we can call Shenmue 3 characters in Shenmue 4.
Let's go with marriage.
Marriage.
Rio there, being brutally honest.
Yeah, on the phone to him. There's some nice sort of deep lore here, isn't there?
This is quite missable as well, isn't it?
Saka. Is this the international ones or the regular ones?
It's the regular. It's regular. All my Kickstarter stuff's on PlayStation.
Okay. I think mine is actually.
Because when I backed for Shenmue 3 all those years ago, I didn't have a PC, so it just made sense to go for PlayStation.
I can't remember what the voice actor for this guy sounds like.
It's definitely different to the original one, but
yeah,
I don't know if I find the Japanese voices are closer. Because like the English
Bill Butts does Tom, right?
Yeah, that's not too bad actually.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I remember that being decent.
And Liesl did Joy, didn't she? Did she?
Yeah.
Yeah, she did Joy.
Yeah, because Shewing isn't one of the options, is she?
No.
Yeah, I think that's probably the only disappointment with, I think, with the side quests is that they were like linked to the parts of the story, like time-wise. Because none of them particularly, off the top of my head, couldn't be done anytime. Like they didn't really need to be time gated. The Kickstart phone calls were like a completely different set of conversations with the same characters that you can call regularly. Just like different answers, probably more fan servicey. They're actually, I think they're on YouTube.
They
I think
are.
Blue Moo
Somewhere.
did a video that covers all of the international phone card ones.
No Calso, no party.
Just notice you've got the big ugly hotel boat.
Oh yeah, I know. Make a save that. If Shenmue 4 was developed, would you find it interesting to play as another character if they separated? For example, play Shenmue. Yeah, I'd be up for it. I wouldn't be against. They did sort of toy with the idea, didn't they? In 3, it just never really got implemented. So I'd be up for it, as long as it was done in the right sort of way. What do you reckon, James?
Yeah, I think they kind of had plans to do that in Shenmue 3, didn't they? That character perspective thing. It sounded like it was going to be like a chunk or a quest or something where you played as one of the characters, and that probably linked to the Ren in Bailey Village, maybe, as like a bit of a side quest. From the perspective of Ren, maybe Rio's already left and Ren was in the village looking for him, which he then knew to go to Niawu, perhaps. Maybe that was what they were designing at one point, I don't know. I think it'd be quite cool. I mean, I'd prefer to play the whole game as Rio, obviously.
It depends how it's
But
done.
if there's like a set piece,
I like Rio's like, if you see anyone suspicious, come find me. Niao's quite big.
yeah. Well, she has got telepathy or whatever it's called.
Well, yeah,
Telepathy.
true. Never knew Shenmue the animation is in Apple TV. Is it? I never knew that.
Does that mean if I went on my Apple TV and searched Shenmue the anime, it would pop up?
So,
Or is
interestingly,
it a download thing?
I've got the hotel side quest, and this is the guy you find.
Oh, yeah. Very true. Have a look. Apple TV. Oh, yeah, Shenmue the anime is on Apple TV.
Oh, wow. Did not know that.
How long's that been there for then?
I wonder if it's like UK or what, I don't know.
Unless it's just a listing, because there's a button that says open in, and you tap on it and it brings up Amazon Prime or Crunchyroll.
Ah. I'm surprised it's still there as a listing though.
Yeah, interesting it's listed. Peter Wilson says it's just a front-facing thing. Why would it be on Apple TV though? Like, do they list every single thing and then link you to a service that you can watch it? Watch it on Prime, but with the Crunchyroll bolt on.
Ah, okay.
Oh, okay. They just list everything. Okay. For a moment then, I think Matt thought that the Apple had bought the rights to Shenmue.
I was getting excited then. It's like,
Yeah.
hang on a second.
I mean, they have got the deal with Yu Suzuki with Air Twister, so not out the realms of possibility, I guess, is it? JLD says, you reminded me of something. On the idea of possibly playing as another character, do you ever remember how in The Getaway you played half the game as Mark Hammond, half the game as DC Carter?
Yes,
what if you played part Shenmue as Rio?
I do
part as
remember
Ren?
that. And that was very well done. If it was done like that, I'd be up for it.
I never played The Getaway, actually. Is it kind of like, maybe like Resident Evil 2, where you play half as Leon, half as Claire?
It is very similar to that idea. Yeah, that's a request done. Right,
Like,
let's
it may have
carry on.
worked actually quite well in Niawu, because Rio and Shenmue are split, and they're both out finding different information, aren't they?
So it would have
Like,
worked quite well,
same goal.
potentially.
Could have worked quite well, that you could have picked to play as Shenmue and got around searching for information about your father. Maybe she could have found the photograph in the harbour, that's my father, and went to the Buddha place, and then leading to getting kidnapped by Niao-san. That would have been quite interesting to see from her perspective. You know, kind of
Would have
like
been
Sonic
quite good.
Adventure, you got the 6 different characters, all from their perspective. It's like the same story, but different perspectives. That could have worked, actually.
I reckon it would have worked quite well.
Someone mentioned Resident Evil.
I know, that's it. We've opened up a can of worms there.
Kenzo says, I want to play as Landy. Now that would be a bit of a different perspective.
Wouldn't it just? Be very interested to see what he had to say. Right, let's go into.
It could just be boring. Just sat in a chair in the castle. No gameplay, just sitting.
Just sitting, brooding.
Would love a playable WoW flashback. Cool. I'd love for Shenmue 0 to not be a standalone game, but elaborate flashbacks in Shenmue 4/5. Play about about 3/4 Rio and a quarter WoW, like Code Veronica.
I can see that working.
I see what you're saying there, yeah. I can see what you're saying. So, like, if they dial into, like, the 20 years ago China stuff, and then you actually get to play a WoW in China 20 years ago for that segment, that'd be pretty cool. Shenmue 0 from the perspective of Lan Di would be interesting. So, like, as a kid, watching his father get murdered, kind of like Rio coming back home into the dojo, it'd be like Lan Di coming back to, like, Bailu Village or wherever.
Another comment, Joel has come up and said, did you guys read about the new Virtua Fighter reboot leaks? I did.
I saw something. What was that about then?
So they talk about what Virtua Fighter, the new Virtua Fighter is going to be it 6 or whatever. It hasn't got a title yet. It's going to have like an online mode, esports geared, customization, new characters, new art style.
Okay.
They're taking a bit of a risk with that, I think. But
is that the same person that was going on about there's going to be a Crazy Taxi remake and then a Crazy Taxi online mode?
I'd have to look. I don't know categorically. I mean, Virtua Fighter.
Why is that guy that trusted? Like,
I don't know. Apparently, he's a trusted leaker. I know Ali mentioned it to us this morning. But I was going to say I've lost my train of thought. But I mean, there was an interview with somebody at Sega back end of last year talking about Virtua Fighter, how they were looking for the way to do it. And I've had people talk to me privately and go, they reckon it's in development and they have a pretty good idea. Ah, the leaker got the Super Monkey Ball leak right. Okay, so the chances are, if they've got good form around it, it's good. Hey, Retro, welcome in, man.
Hey, Retro Godfather, welcome in, mate. Nice to see you. Leaker is pretty spot on with the Atlas stuff too, Mastermo says. I mean, I do like hearing about stuff, but I always think, like, what is this dude getting out of leaking?
I know.
He's kind of putting his position, his job at risk by doing it. And he's, like, spoiling announcements for like, kind of like, what? What is he getting out of it? Is it like a thrill of the attention or something, or?
I don't know. It's weird. I've never understood. But bearing in mind, leakers also didn't have a platform back when we were younger, really, because it was all in magazines. You get all your gaming news through magazines, whereas now, like through Twitter, theoretically anyone could chuck something up and like away you go.
Yeah. I mean, you could also be like predicting stuff, get 4 out of 5 things right, and look trusted, but they were just like very astute guesses, I guess.
I mean, take the anime as a prime example of a leak. Like, it was great we had a good idea about it ahead of time from our point of view running a website, but in terms of the surprise announcement that it could have been for us, that was lost a little bit.
Yeah. Well, if you go back to the Shenmue 3 announcement, if someone had leaked something about that, that would have completely sucked the air out of the room for that, wouldn't it? It would have been like, well, you're just expecting that to happen now in this event. Whereas because it caught us all off guard, it made that moment so special.
Yeah, it did. It was so much better.
Love the colours on the temple there.
I do. It's really cool. The environments in 3 are brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Ah, good. We're opening up some other areas now.
So, did you go back to? Did you do the thing with the map yet? No.
No, I haven't found it yet. I'm sort of doing a bit of the story to
Okay.
open things up a little bit because it might end up being
Okay.
2 streams worth of stuff, in honesty, which is fine.
Yeah. Yeah. When's next stream though? Because I'm away on the 4th.
We'll work that out. We'll work it out. I'll go away.
Could maybe do a stream the last week of March, possibly. You're about.
Possibly. I'd have to see. I get back the week. Yeah, the last. Wow. Yeah, I'm back on the 24th, something like that.
Okay. Sure, we can get something working.
We'll work it out. Scenario raid. Okay, that's fine. I do agree with Sean. I do think it's an attention thing as well.
Yeah, but it has to be done too.
I haven't.
Because it doesn't really benefit them. It doesn't benefit the career or anything. It's just.
It's weird because
Look at what I know.
Like
maybe.
the journalists that are working obviously have people in studios that are trusted that will give them information. That happens. That's not uncommon. But I don't know. It's weird leaks. I'm not entirely sure how I sit with them. I get why they happen. I get it.
I would always stay on Blossom Road because the music's so good. I can't actually hear any of the in-game audio, but in my head I've got the diddly 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 diddly. Is that the music for Blossom Road?
Right, here we go.
It's like a no. I'm not very good at like communicating what I can hear in my head.
I'm not. I'm terrible at it.
Diddly 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 diddly.
I'm at crazy dim sum, by the way. I think. So I don't know if there's
You need to advance the quest first.
Okay.
Who heavy? I think it is what I'm thinking. Yeah. I'm glad you could understand what I was doing from that. But it starts off with like that sort of who note. It's like diddle, 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 diddle. That's about all I could do. I can hear it in my head. I just when it comes out, it's like mishmashed. I was going to play it then, but I think the song's called Blossom Road, so it would give it away.
I do get
As much as I love Wisenet, I do wish they were slightly better at comms. You see other game developers doing weekly updates or state of the game posts. Seems to be radio silence from Wisenet.
I think that's because they're very traditional. They're very traditional in what they do, Wisenet, aren't they? How they handle things.
Yeah, keep everything like cards close to the chest style.
Which is good to a point because you don't get leaks, but then at the same time, I think an update would be good just for the community to keep people pumped, to keep people going. Because I mean,
even if it's just like we are working on stuff, guys, don't worry. But then, like I said before, man, it gets to the point where if they say something, everyone thinks it's Shenmue 4, don't they?
Yeah.
And if they don't say something, then they're disappointed that they're not working on Shenmue 4, so it's like a no-win scenario for them.
They probably have to be a little bit clearer about it and go, look, it's not Shenmue 4, we're doing something else or whatever. And at least then it manages expectations around it. Just my thought, potentially.
Alright, I tell you what, guys. Let's have some songs that you like in Shenmue 3, and we will play them on the next show. So, Blossom Road theme. Let's have 4 tracks, okay? So, the first person to come out with 3 more tracks. Different people, though, if possible. Even if you can't think of the name of the song, just say, like, the name of a shop or an area. It doesn't have to be Niawu, it can be Bailu.
Yeah.
And we'll play them in the next show. And who said about Blossom Road? So Master Mo, I will credit you. Master Mo. We got Accent.
No,
Nice one, Casey.
yeah.
We only did that the other week, so
Yeah, we did in fairness. Oh,
make sure we got this in order. So, Flowering Hill. Where does that play? I'll find it. But hopefully you've not made that up. The temple at the top of Blossom Road. So Temple, Blossom Road. One more. Lights, please, James. Lights. And that was Richard. Cartledge. Spell your name. Yes. No, spelled it. Lodge. Lidge. There we go. Temple Blossom Road was Retro Godfather. Okay. Cheers, guys. That works. Saves me a job.
okay. Beautiful. Nice and easy that was.
Sean Hastings says Mother's Kicking. Can't remember if that's only in Shenmue 3. Hotel in the Hour. We're getting too many requests now, guys. I can do 6 music breaks if you want, but no more. Mother's Kicking. I think we did play that one
We did once, yeah.
episode, but ages ago, so. Hotel in the Album. Front page. Right, music's, voting's
Closed.
stopped. Closed.
This is a missable cutscene as well. I just randomly triggered it.
Oh, this the antique store one.
Yeah.
I still
Hey.
don't really know how to trigger it. I think it is linked to story, right?
I think it is. It's just the timing of it. Hey,
Look like. Sorry, Matt.
I've got a newbie in
Don
chat.
Dave.
Don Dave's in
Dave.
chat. Welcome, new. Thank you
Welcome
for
in.
joining us.
Yeah, I was going to say I've seen streamers, like obviously play Shenmue 3, and I've sort of guided them into the antique shop, and it hasn't triggered. So it's like very the specific circumstances.
Hey Yanni,
Hey, Yanni.
as well. Welcome in. Interesting. We were just talking about those rumours. I didn't realise Harada had confirmed they were legitimate. I spoke to somebody probably 18 months ago who told me Virtual Fighter was happening. They're going to remain nameless.
So is this sort of semi-announced now then?
I think it's out there. I think, bearing in mind there was that interview back end of last year as well, where they talked about looking for a way to do it, like in the modern sort of taste, I guess. And I said it's pretty much it's happening. So there you go. Virtual Fighter of some description will be happening. We've spoiled it for everybody.
As in Virtua Fighter 6.
And it's a reboot, apparently.
A reboot. So is it just going to be called Virtua Fighter? Hey Andy, welcome in. I suppose they could get away with it, couldn't they? It could be one of the plus more and more from this new era bollocks. It's Virtua Fighter. It's just called Virtua Fighter, that's it.
Ooh.
What do you think would do better? Just calling the game Virtua Fighter or just Virtua Fighter 6?
I don't know. You know, that's an interesting point. I do agree with Master Mo. Rio has to be in that.
Yeah. It's amazing that he hasn't been in it so far, to be honest.
I'm just thinking.
We've had like Virtua Fighter characters in Dead or Alive and stuff like that.
I'm gonna have to get that tweet because, yeah, I've just had a brainwave with a video I had planned ages ago with an announcement that didn't happen, but I reckon I can repurpose it for this leak.
Okay.
I reckon it's pretty much written as well, which is even better. So
Pete says, I totally agree with the clarity thing. Stuff like the Kickstarter told us it was safe to dream big and get our hopes up again. A lot of us put hundreds or even thousands in. Yeah, but I mean, they don't... How long do they have to update us on?
It's hard,
like,
isn't it?
Point? Yeah, because it's been... If you want to go back to the Kickstarter, that was like 2019. It was probably the last update on that.
Oh, there'd been one
maybe
for Steam
2020.
2021 time.
But what's the sort of what's that phrase? Something period.
Like a cooling off, do you mean? Or
No. Like a sort of a gesture.
oh yeah, I know what you mean. It's hard because, as you say, if they then go, right, we're doing stuff, guys, where everyone and their dog will assume it's Shenmue. Everyone will. So that if they say anything, it needs to be it needs to be transparent that it either, if it's not Shenmue, they need to be very, very clear about that. And if it is Shenmue, I expect they will be a little bit more coy about it. But it's difficult, that. But at the same time, and I get this, the community helped revive Shenmue. So I can understand the school of thought that we're owed an update. I don't think I am personally, but I can see where that argument comes from.
Yeah, and I guess like the Kickstarter was solely Shenmue 3 as well. Like they could have used that platform to tell people about Air Twister in a sense.
Yeah.
Grace period.
That's it.
That was the word, yeah. It's a cool cutscene, this is.
Yeah, I like this cutscene. All the cutscenes, I think, are very well sort of shot when you've got martial arts or things involved. I think they're very well done. The closing cutscene with Landy is really well done, actually.
Love this character model.
I don't think people are sounding entitled. I think it's a fine line. I do agree with what Clunky's saying, that there is a time where some gamers feel like they have a relationship with the developers and it's all...
Like you were buying into a... like a newsletter almost.
Yanni, have you got that Harada tweet kicking around?
Hey Stu, welcome in.
Hey Stu.
Yeah, I see Clunky's point as well, like Yu Suzuki could benefit from nurturing the relationship with Shenmue fans and keeping us all on board. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of like our position as well. With what we do is to sort of keep the spirit of Shenmue alive almost, but we do sort of feed off anything, don't we, Matt? Like any little news or anything. So you know, it would completely benefit us if Yu Suzuki said like gave a little update every now and again as well.
I just think it would, I don't know, allay some fears, give people confidence that something's going on. Like, even if it's not Shenmue,
or just the potential of something.
Yeah. So,
yeah, I love this area. I love the cherry blossoms as well.
You know what,
if you go back in the shrine map, we could do there's like a little secret with a frog in there. Remember?
Oh
and then there's a little blotch paper thing if you wanted to show that off.
Let me try and get some of this open a bit.
And what I found out as well, you see how like the whole temple's smashed up at the moment. If you come back later in the game, everything's been repaired, which is cool.
Let's have a scoot around. Right, let's try and
She
get...
says, I've been spending a lot of time today making a list of blogs, etc. I want to do to try and generate some more buzz and interest in Shenmue. Cool. And we were talking about some ideas, weren't we? Blog posts.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to find time. I'll record that video this week if I can. Be worth doing it this week considering it's hot off the press.
Yeah, I didn't realise it either, Stu, until I was doing some research. So basically, if you go in the shrine now, like at this present moment, everything's broken and you can move bits out the way, can't you? And then as you go through, these like a piece of paper's just sitting with commands for turning that wheel thing in like the last room. It's like one of those Bailu Village Bell Tower puzzle sort of spiddy turntable things. That piece of paper's there, but if you come later in the game, if you haven't found that piece of paper, it's actually just sitting out in the sort of the open.
It's very clever, isn't it? They've thought of that idea, isn't it?
Yep.
It's an interesting point. Will the new Virtual Fighter be a new timeline?
What, like Mortal Kombat?
Yeah.
Make all the characters younger again. They were making them older, weren't they? Right? Like Akira was quite old in Virtua Fighter 5.
Yeah, and like Lao's like dying and into his like 70s or something, isn't he?
Yeah. That would be pretty cool if they just called it Virtua Fighter and it was a reboot. They kind of did do that in the past, didn't they? On the PS2, these like a Virtua Fighter remake. Right? Or am I thinking of... Maybe I'm thinking of Virtua Fighter Remix. Retro Godfather might know on that. Was there a Virtua Fighter... Oh, there was on the PS2, wasn't there? It's like in special packaging.
Oh, yes.
Like a 20th anniversary or something, right? Or 10th. Was it 10th anniversary retro? There's like a little art book or a DVD. Was there a DVD?
I'll have to dig those tweets out. If I can, I'll get a video.
Yeah, anniversary, yeah. Yeah. I do think I was right on both. I think Virtua Fighter Remix is semi-remake of Virtua Fighter 1. It just happens to be on the same console as Saturn. And then the PS2 Virtua Fighter Anniversary Edition is like a more updated remake. Shun would be over 100 by now.
Flipping would. I mean, if they did set it back, it would make a lot more sense for Rio to be in it.
True.
From a sort of canon point of view, because he would be 18. Whereas obviously in the modern day, he'd be like 50 or whatever.
Yeah.
So from that point of view, it would work, I guess, is what I'm sort of getting at.
Canon-wise, he kind of is Akira, isn't he? But I suppose now they are standalone characters.
And they could still put Yakuza characters into it, because if you go back to sort of Yakuza 0, you could have Kiryu, Goro, potentially.
Mm-hmm. The old versions.
Yeah.
It's interesting that games decide to do that, don't they? Because like in the Yakuza series, everyone's aging.
Funny thing is, only 2 original guys are not present to make a new Virtual Fighter game. The other OGs are still Sega. Really, I didn't know that. I would anticipate that Yu Suzuki will be consulted on Virtual Fighter. I think we get Kiryu in before Peter before Rio, unfortunately, despite the sort of the proper link.
The connection. They'll go for what sells, won't they?
Yeah.
Kiryu and Virtual Fighter would definitely sell. I saw your message, by the way, Clunky. Thank you.
I mean, we have to see, won't we? I guess.
Yeah, like Kenzie says, Akira's Rio's already in it.
And also, I know RGG have a big announcement this year. Another announcement this year. So I'd be surprised if it wasn't Virtua Fighter.
Yeah. Did they say when that is, Matt? Or?
No, just later this year sometime.
Yeah, he's got a good point there. What would Yu's involvement be with Virtua Fighter, do you reckon? Just like...
It'd be in like an advisory capacity, I would think.
You don't think he's just like, yeah, you can use the game license or, you know, just give his sort of blessing, but has nothing to do with the project or...
I think they'd at least consult him on it. I don't think it'd be massively detailed.
I'd assume he gets royalties from Virtua Fighter then, right, as well?
If it was in his contract, he might. But he may not. Because like when you work for a company, everything sort of you sign it, you contract to that company.
Has anyone purchased Tekken 7?
I mean,
I've got it. I've got it because of the PSVR set. Yeah, I just not really played it.
Tekken 8, he meant.
Oh, Tekken 8? That's the one that's just come out, yeah?
Yeah. Joel, I'd love it if they gave Rio's jacket as a costume. I mean, I'd take that. I think he should be his own character.
That would be cool.
But it would be cool as a little nod. Because then, that just means Sega acknowledging it. And Sega to acknowledge Shenmue is like... Didn't the 4chan link mention Yu Suzuki's involvement in Virtua Fighter 6? Possibly, I don't remember. I did a video on it ages ago. I can't remember what the bloody hell was in that now.
Would it be that he's involved, or would it have just been like thinking back to that post he did where he was like, and it's sitting with that director guy?
I'm sure somebody said in that leak, and I could be making complete bullshit up here, and I've got it wrong, that they apparently Yu Suzuki's involved with Virtua Fighter 6, and he wants to use the engine, the fighting engine for Shenmue 4 or something.
That would be cool, you know.
That would be great, but
that'd be sick.
I'm convinced by it. I'd have to find the leak again because I can't remember it. If anybody has that 4chan leak kicking around, not that I promote 4chan on this site very much.
Who's the leaker? Like, again, is it someone famous or not?
Some random old boy or girl over there. I don't know what it was.
Look at that bloody boat, mate. Bit over the top in it.
I mean, I like the reflections. It does look good, like on the pier and everything. But yeah,
I wish there was a toggle. It'd be nice if there was like a toggle.
We should ask the leaker on Twitter if Yu Suzuki is involved. I mean, you won't lose anything by asking.
You're good at that, Peter. And getting responses. Give it a go.
Doesn't hurt. Doesn't hurt. And then it means I can find the tweet later, and when I do this video, I can at least find the right bloody tweet.
Yeah. Whenever Matt covers these sort of things, your tweets always sort of pop up, Peter. Like Cedric. Just outright asking.
Well, you lose nothing by outright asking for shit. You really don't. Because what's the worst thing you can
Piss
do?
them off.
Say nothing, or just go
Yeah.
and run away.
Start screening you for the rest of existence. Funny thing is, the leaks right now were like an interview with the developer sitting at the same table. Okay.
Right, let's try and progress some of this DLC a bit. I've got to find this bloody shop on the promenade. So much info was presented. I do love it when it rains.
While you're trying to find that shop, then Matt, I will relink some of the giveaways we've got going on. So we've got a code giveaway for the entire Shenmue series so far. 1, 2, and 3 if you want to give them to your mate. And a t-shirt giveaway we've got going on, which is a Shenmue 3 Kickstarter backer. Exclusive tee. Want to enter those competitions? Go for it. And welcome in Tyler Thunder.
Hey Tyler, welcome.
There you go, you found it, Matt.
There we are. We got a little trophy as well.
Alright, so I'll let you know when you can do the next secret thing.
I should pass time doing something else until then. Right, so let's move some stuff on. First stream I'm watching from Shenmue Dojo. I discovered Shenmue Dojo in 2013. Well, welcome in.
Wow. Welcome in. I recognise your name, actually.
I
Thunder.
recognise the name.
2013. Does that mean you're a, I want to say fairly new fan? That's 11 years ago, but were you sort of introduced with the... Well, I guess not, because the Kickstart was 2015. So.
Hey, and hey, RuTuber, welcome in.
Welcome in. Happy Shenmue Day to you too. In case it wasn't obvious, we're doing... Well, we're playing Shenmue 3, of course, but we're doing the story DLC currently with the Chawan sign. 4chan post only says that Sega is helping Yusuke make the game. RGG is assisting. But I think that implies that you and Wisenet might be doing the heavy lifting. So the Twitter leaker said it's a reboot of the Virtua Fighter series in development by current Virtua Fighter staff. So I don't know if Yu Suzuki would actively be involved.
Let's ask. Peter Wilson, get on it.
Get on it, Peter. Tyler says, I'm very young. I was 12 in 2013. I got Shenmue 2 on original Xbox in 2013. Sadly, I did not have a Dreamcast, so did not play Shenmue on the Dreamcast. But I've since played Shenmue 1 and Tyler. I guess with the remasters came out, would have thought. Mad though thinking, so you're 23 now?
Fuck it out. I have Shenmue 1, 2 and 3 on the PS4. Good man.
Spot on.
Good work.
Which one's your favourite, Tyler?
23
1, 2 or 3?
on March the 14th, 2024. Fucking
Okay.
Jesus.
Happy upcoming birthday.
Yeah, it's not far away actually.
Everyone seems to be having birthdays. Yanni says I'm having birthday week this week. Happy birthday, Yanni. If that's what you mean, I am having birthday this week.
Alright, let's go and do this. Get this story moving a bit, and then we can get more of the.
I was going to say, I've only just had my birthday, but bloody hell, Mark, that was like 5 weeks ago now.
Mine was 8 weeks ago, something like that.
I know Stu's was January as well.
Tyler, I think all Shenmue 3 games are good in their own ways. Oh yeah, Kenzo as well. 23. There you go.
interesting. We're all part of the late 30s club, I think.
We are.
Are there any fans under the age of 30? Well, Rhino, if you just read the last couple of messages, there's at least 2.
Catch me some ducks. Ah! Got away with that one.
So awesome to see people still discovering Shenmue and loving it. Nice to know it's not just us crusty old folks who played it on DC in 2001. Nice phrasing. Crusty.
Oh, damn.
36 this year. Could have sworn I was still 14. Yikes.
Goes quick, doesn't it? Especially as you get older.
What's even scarier
disappears.
than that, Clunky, is even if you double 14, it's nowhere near 36. Rhino's 36. Yeah, I've just turned 37. I do
agree.
A lot younger than that, though.
We need Shenmue 4. We need something this year. Not necessarily the game release. We need to know what's going on this year. It'd be 5 years in November.
Bad, innit? One game every decade at the moment.
Yeah. Hey, George, welcome.
Hey, George, welcome in. Late to the party, you missed, mate. We talked about your upcoming Wheeling game for about an hour and 20 minutes. We've literally just started Shenmue 3. Sean Hastings 40. The big 4-0 club. You got anyone older than 40 in the chat? Not trying to like
there was
pick on you there, Sean.
Was it somebody had a 41st birthday?
Really?
I'm sure I saw that. Oh, George as well.
Ooh, George is winning the race at the moment. 43.2 months from 44.
43.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I get you. That was me just being a bit daft there.
Right, let's see if I can get this story DLC moving a bit more now. I've done a bit more mainline story.
Hashtag Shenmue 4 before 40.
Shenmue 3 is a while ago. I mean, it's 5 years in November, which is insane.
Yeah. And considering, again, this goes to the podcast that we recorded, Matt, but there was a bit where Yu Suzuki was talking about breaking down the chapters, and he said if we were to do a chapter a year, it would take 10 years. And, you know, that is like too long.
Yeah, well...
But then it's been 5 years since Shenmue 3. He could have done a chapter a year.
I know. Obi-Wan6611, thank you for the follow.
I bet there are people who are 50 plus and still waiting for the 4th game. It's funny you say that, Yanni, because when we look at the statistics on listeners of the podcast, there's actually people that are like 60 plus listening.
I know, which is scary. Maybe
which
it's
just sort of shows you. Well, it could be all my mum and dad or something, or your mum and dad. But it's almost also likely to be someone that played the games back in the day who was like, you know, what we're talking in 25 years ago almost. You know, they would have been 35 playing the Dreamcast. No, sorry, that's bad math. 45, would they? 6. That would make them 70 hours right first time. 35 if they were 60.
Hey, Obi-Wan6611, thank you, and thanks for dropping in. Welcome.
Like 60 sounds crazy, but if you think of a game that came out this year that we play, we fall in love with, in 25 years' time, that'll be you. Trying to think of a game that I've played recently that I love. Nothing I love as much as Shenmue, to be fair. I was going to say Air Twister. Say
Air
if you
Twister's
really,
good.
really loved Air Twister. Yeah.
I have to say, I'm really
You were
enjoying Infinite
still
Wealth.
talking about it in 25 years' time.
Infinite Wealth would be one I think
Wealth.
people talk about for a while because it's sort of I don't know, the amount of furore around that release. I reckon people would be talking about that. It's a good game as well, really good game.
I'm trying to think, actually. Do you reckon... I know you've kind of just said there is one there, but do you reckon there is any games releasing right now that people like us will be dedicating their lives to in 25 years' time? I feel like a lot of games these days are very much forgettable, aren't they? And people just move on to the next thing. You're doing the next bit now, aren't you, Matt? So if you want another trophy, then visit Crazy Dim Sum.
Okay, Crazy Dim Sum, we'll do that in a second then.
Let me go back to the chat.
I spoke to her, so let's go to Crazy Dim Sum and do this one.
Tyler said, if Shenmue 4 does well, do you think we will get Shenmue 1 and 2 remake? Or do you think we will get Shenmue 1 and 2 remake before Shenmue 4? I'm assuming that's up to Sega.
It's difficult, isn't it?
Like, if Shenmue 4 came out and did amazing, like, crazy numbers, do you think they would go back and remake the first two?
Yes, but it'd have to do crazy numbers. I'd be talking, like, bare minimum 2-3 million.
There's your answer, Tyler.
Because I'm going to sound like a right knob here, but the Kickstarter success from Shenmue 3 made Sega do the remake, the re-releases on PlayStation.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, if that Kickstarter didn't happen, we wouldn't have those games on there at all.
Yeah, I agree with that. Kenzo says, Rhino, I first knew about Shenmue from E3 2015, but I didn't know what the game was about. And then the remaster dropped. I got to see why people were excited by it. Then it became my favourite games. That's nice to see, isn't it? Is this Crazy Dim Sum? So we're just walking on a table then. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Inside the shop. So it's...
Oh, I can't do it yet
first
because I've got to show the photo first. I can't do it.
Oh,
yet.
you've got to speak to both people first.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's go back and do that.
Yeah. Yu Suzuki listening in, 60 plus. First time chat, Obi-Wan6611. Hey dudes, how you all doing? Big fan of the series, so I had to follow. Thank you for the follow and welcome into the stream. Naum says, it seems my perception of time is going by faster like the Shenmue in-game time. That's a good way to think of it.
Very appropriate, actually. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Tyler says, do you think it's still possible for Shenmue 3 to release on Xbox? I don't know, personally. I mean, I'd like to say yes, but I feel like it may have been too long now. But then, exclusivity deals aren't this long, are they? I don't think.
No, I don't think it'll happen now, unfortunately.
George says, when I was in Japan, I saw many people in their 60s playing Pokemon Go. It made me feel better about aging and embracing what I love in gaming. It's nice, yeah, I like that. I remember there was an old dude who got so into Pokemon Go, he had like 10 phones strapped to his bicycle, didn't he?
Yeah,
remember
ridiculous.
That picture? It's nice to see, though, and it got people out exercising as well.
Yeah, it did. I used to play Pokemon Go and then sort of stopped.
I played it quite a lot. I was playing it with Paddy as well.
Are we?
Yeah, we were going around doing raids and stuff in London.
done
Tears
this
of the Kingdom.
one.
I think Peter was saying that as a game that people will be talking about in 25 years' time. I can see that, but then at the same time, I still feel like Shenmue is a unique type of game that continues conversation no matter how long it goes on for. Whereas like Tears of the Kingdom, I feel like because you're guaranteed more Zelda games, and they're constantly going to probably do the same formula that they've done with Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, and there'll be like the third game in the series, like, you know, Stars of the Ravine or something as the next title in the series, for example. Then are people going to specifically be talking about Tears of the Kingdom? Or is it just going to be talking about Zelda, which people do anyway? Whereas like Shenmue is like very, maybe it's the whole series as as a whole that I'm thinking of. Then, like people talking about Zelda in 25 years' time, that works. Not so much the specific game, but like the series as a whole. Yeah, I could see that. I could see people that grew up with Zelda in the 80s, who are like 70 now, potentially. So I think that does work, actually, Peter. Same with Sonic. Sonic's older than Shenmue. So there's people that would have played Sonic in their 30s, like the original Sonic on a Mega Drive, who are pushing 70. I'd like to see Rio finally get closure while the creator of Shenmue is still alive. Yeah, I mean, we don't want to really say it in that sort of way, but I know what you mean.
Is there any more from this?
I'll probably still be pondering the philosophy from the Talus Principle 2 in 25 years' time. I need to look into that, actually. There was a lot of buzz about that, wasn't there? Is that's been released, has it? Talus Principle. Have you played any of them games, Matt?
No. No.
I'll be thinking about Firewatch for the rest of my life. Did you like Firewatch that much then, Clunky? I played it through. I enjoyed it at the time, but I don't know if I'd be thinking about it. Do you think... Oh, no, I think it was... this... Maybe I won't talk about it because it's like massive spoilers for anyone that hasn't played Firewatch yet. I was going to spoil the ending then.
Right, who else do I need to bloody talk to?
I still believe Sega would stick with those Shenmue remakes instead of those remasters. Should have stuck. Is that what you mean? Would for sure have brought more people in.
I wonder.
Would have been interesting to see
whether we'll get the truth out of that one day.
It also depends how well the remakes would have been made, because from that early footage, it looked okay, but if you look at it again in 2024, I don't know if it looks that good, if you know what I mean. It looks like a game that's been remade, if that makes sense.
It's difficult, isn't
like with modern day stuff. Like, it looks nice, but is it a bit too fancy? And there's something to the original Shenmues that make them special.
Right, who have I missed talking to here?
You're supposed to be two people. Bao Huing, sitting at table right outside Chobu 1P before you went to the no running section. So you've done that.
Done that.
And Ma Runan, she wears a pink dress and is walking around Bong Arcade in the upper section of Promenade.
Okay, that's
she might be inside the arcade, but she might be at Mel's Cafe or the Smart Ball Centre.
Right, let's do that then. Like, you sort of run past these people by chance, and you're like, oh, shit.
That's it, isn't it? You don't really get any clues in this side quest. But again, maybe that's the point.
Yeah.
If you're playing the story and you're running around and doing stuff, you just come across stuff naturally, don't you? Imagine Shenmue characters Rio, Landy, etc. got skins in Fortnite. Do you think that would help promote Shenmue?
Yes.
It annoys me when people try to make out that gaming is a childish thing. From Stu.
Yeah, it does my head in as well, but Some people do, but we've grown up with it, haven't we? So
Yep. Kenzo says the big problem I can see with Shenmue 4 is that it's the 4th game and there's no remake, so no new player might be turned off by this. That is true.
yeah, that I can understand. Let's go in the arcade.
Like, just the concerns of joining an ongoing story. George has I've yet to see a criticism of gamers that can't be applied to any other hobby or escapism.
Very true. I would agree
True.
with that.
Very true. Yeah. She's a bit harder to track down, she says.
Yeah, she is.
So she's in a pink dress anyway.
She's not in the arcade.
Is this the Bong arcade?
Yeah.
Bong. What was the TV show where they said Bong and it was like a spoof news thing?
I don't know,
Remember that?
actually. I couldn't
Does
tell
that
you
sound
what
familiar
that
to
was.
anyone? You went Bong and then read a news thing.
If Shenmue 4 did well, I think we get Shenmue 5 2 to 3 years later. Yeah, I could see that.
Not the 9 o'clock news. Have I got news for you? Could be, you know. Like a comedy show. They did a worldwide interview with many teenage students around the world, and more people knew who Sonic was instead of Shakespeare.
It's impressive.
Quite like that, actually.
Mel's Cafe.
It's true,
or
actually.
Smart Ball Centre.
I can imagine that happening. This is a worry, actually. So I watched a video on a teacher in a classroom with like students, like young students, and she was playing them the "We Are the World," you know, that charity song. It's got like Michael Jackson in, Stevie Wonder, Cyndi Lauper, like all these like classic artists. And I think out of all of them, they kind of only really recognize Michael Jackson, which is like a worrying thought in a sense that even though these were massive names in the time, once they die and the generations move on, even like this is like 20 years ago, 20, 30 years ago or whatever, I mean 1980 something, okay, maybe more like 40 years ago. But like in such a short space of time, these huge celebrities are already forgotten. Like,
I know, it's crazy.
in a sense to those students, they're just regular people.
Fuck is she? Is that her? No. Yes. No. No.
So you think of like celebrities today, and they're on crazy money. Even with footballers, like these footballers now that no one even says the names of anymore. Like they've retired. You know, they were massive back in the day, and you know they're just forgettable now. Especially to the kids.
Hey JP, welcome in by the way.
It's just quite scary to think like someone like Shakespeare, who kind of is like timeless in a sense, because obviously you're always going to do the plays, and his works are going to always be in popular culture in a sense, but there's going to be like less and less people that know about them over the years as time passes.
Hey Ali, welcome man. What the bloody hell is this one?
Which I don't know what my point is really, but just like don't take life for granted. Just enjoy life in the moment, and you know, celebrityism isn't really as big as it makes out to be. Everyone's just a regular person at the end of the day. They were born, they grew to like 30 before they got famous, and we made them famous. Otherwise, they'd just be a regular person walking around Tesco like we are. And especially in 100 years' time, kids won't even know who that person is, so don't get hung up on it. That that was my point. There's a good documentary on We Are the World, by the way.
Well done,
If anyone's
Stuart.
interested, on Netflix. It's called The Greatest Night in Pop. Very interesting. Yeah, that's what I said. So Bong, Mal's Cafe, or Smart Ball Centre. Baisha Village does not make it into Shenmue 3. Do you think Baisha Village will be in Shenmue format? I guess that's a no. JP Asher, welcome in.
Right, that's that conversation done, but it hasn't really done anything. I'm going to save it though, just on the off chance.
Did you find the pink dress lady, Matt?
I found a guy in green who talked a little bit, but didn't really do anything.
Okay. Just try going back to the crazy dim sum and see if you can do the Shawanstein now. See if that worked. Nahum says video games rule regardless of the naysayers, so happy gaming. Video games are the greatest thing ever invented in my opinion. Yidom Y08 32 remember getting home after school in 2000 and sneaking in his room and playing his new game he had called Shenmue while I was blown away the good old days. That's cool.
I can't do it yet.
Sneaking in. Did you get caught playing Shenmue? Concept of the second death. The last time someone speaks your name after you're gone. I like that. Well, I don't like thought of death, but I like that, like, sort of philosophical aspect that you mentioned there.
Thanks, Stuart.
That there'll be a day where someone speaks your name for the last time. Grim.
Hey, Super Right.
Yeah, even worse for the great names of today. Agreed. That's true, Clunk. I've seen stuff like that, whether or not they've actually listened to the music or they just wear Nirvana t-shirts because they're popular, but I think there'll be a few that sort of stick in the popularity.
Ah, there we go. Can report this through.
There might be an NPC in the burger shop who can trigger the same convo. That's what you did, didn't it?
Yeah, we've got it
Welcome
now.
in, Ali. I don't know if we said that or not, but Ali's in the chat.
It's going through. Tyler, if Shenmue 4 took place in Shanghai, how do you feel? Be down for that.
Yeah, same.
Well,
did you do the old man outside the black sesame dumpling?
Yeah, just done it.
Okay.
Super Right. Do you think we actually get a Shenmue 4 after we went down with the sales of Shenmue 3? I mean, Shenmue 3 did financially fine, so I think it's a little bit overhyped that it sold poorly because it sold fine and they made money off of it. Whether it was as much as they expected is another question. But I do think we'll get a Shenmue 4 as long as the community sort of shuts up around Shenmue 3 because it's in the books now, done and dusted. You ain't changing it. And we unite around Shenmue 4. As simple as that. For me.
Agreed, Matt. So, where are you heading to now, Matt? Because you might not be able to do this trophy Chawanstein if you...
So I've got to go back to that Way guy to report back. And then I think I get to do Chawanstein again.
I don't know. Doesn't say that. Oh, it does. Sorry, it does. Yeah, return to Way. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. And then Ali, next video topic: Shenmue live action film. Do you know what? Hiki did a blog post on that.
I'll see if I can find that. She did a really great blog post on that.
Oh, you mean
pull that
how
up
it's
for you,
switched up
Ali.
and made it to buy it through Epic on PC? I mean, it came to Steam a year later, as we know. I don't think it would have had a massive impact, the Epic stuff, because Shenmue's primarily a console game anyway. Quite frankly, I think it was overblown, the Epic stuff. Like everything in gaming, seems to be a little bit.
There you go. Going back up the chat a little bit. Joel, do you guys support any football team? I do. I don't know. Do you support a football team, Matt?
I do. Not a very good one, but I do.
Okay.
That's all right, Super. I don't worry about it. It's just more than welcome to give my opinion on that. A Kenji would be good to do the manga. I would say that. I'd also suggest going through Cedric for something like that, if a manga was ever done, because he's got that sort of experience in that already.
I want to read that Kenji manga actually. I think it sounds interesting. Who do you guys think would be the best actor to perform as Ryo Hazuki? I don't know anymore, you know. I don't really know any good martial arts people anymore.
No.
Like back in the day, I would have said like Jet Li or something, but I don't know who like the young
I'd struggle
martial
with
arts
that.
filmmakers are these days. I don't know. There's a lot of people are getting on about, aren't they? Like Danny Wong or whatever his name is.
Right, we're going up to Crazy Dim Sum now. There we go. Right.
Do you want the formation?
Yes, please.
So, first cup down, second and third cup up, fourth cup down.
Matt Berry's raising Casey, knowing Hollywood get Tom Holland. Yeah.
True.
This is interesting. That guy sort of walks into the wall. Where's he going? When he taps Rio on the shoulder.
I have to see that. Yeah.
I got my little trophy there as well.
What did you get? Oh, some free dim sum.
Very nice.
Is that the sign? If you keep doing the that sign at that table, you get free food for life. And then it says if you'd like another trophy, then visit the Riverside Bar.
Where's that?
Which you can do right now, Matt. I don't know actually. Riverside Bar, is it near a river?
Unless it's...
Perhaps.
Might be over here somewhere, actually. My memory serves me correctly. I really should have a better memory of this. There we are.
Leighton Orient. Yeah, I know they asked you.
They're in the same league as
Right.
my lot.
Riverside Bar is down, middle, up, up.
Down, middle, up, up. Okay.
Yeah. That's a bit of a throwback, isn't it? Terry Mulrennan. Is that the Gang Edition guy?
Yes.
Play as Rio.
Yeah. JLD is collecting these trophies advance the story. Just lose days collecting. You lose the days, but they're so. I've got such a save in here. I think the bad ending's July 31st. So you got ages.
Snake Power.
Oy, there you go. Rice cake from the shelf is the name of the achievement.
Free Snake Power.
Any more that I can do?
Not the moment now. You're into story mode again.
Right, so
Do you know where to go?
no.
Do you want to know where to go, or
Yes.
more? It's the Muren Cafe now.
Oh, literally down here then.
And it's middle, down, up.
Middle, down, up.
Yeah, to save you from getting your notebook open again. You've been doing some really good tweets lately, Clunky, actually, if you keep that up. I think
Yeah,
that's
some good stuff there.
good stuff there, definitely.
Yes, I am doing the Chowan Sign DLC. Middle, down, up.
Takeshi Kaneshiro. Let me have a look. Who is that? Be a good Rio. Oh, why is Twitch making me pin the message? Takeshi Kaneshiro. Versatile star, Japanese actor and singer who rose to fame in the 90s with his versatile roles and multilingual skills. Yeah, I can kind of see it in his face. He's getting on a bit though, isn't he himself, man? Like 1973. But he does still look young in these pictures I'm seeing on Google.
Out of the way. Yeah. Right, back to Mr. Way.
Yep. I second Matt Berry for the father moment. Japanese voice actor for Rio would fit.
Oh, very good.
All right. Expect a CV on our desks tomorrow then, Clunky. Shenmue 4 is going to take place at Bily Village again, I believe, and then they're going to go where Everlandy is. That is cool. I'd like that. I've said that myself. Like, I want it to start in Bily Village again. Get a bit of like a lore.
Get a lore dump.
Lore dump, yeah. Rhino says he's not trying to watch too much because he's just brought the DLC.
Ah. It's cheap at the moment on Steam, I think.
Yeah, we're currently doing the Chawan trophies.
Shenmue 4 reveal at Summer Game Fest would be a great surprise. Yes, it would. Very big surprise.
Without sounding too obvious, because I understand it's sometime in summer, but when is Summer Games Fest, Matt?
He said June 24. I don't know the dates of it. And then you've got Gamescom in August.
Okay. Got a few things coming up to look out for.
So we've got to do a fight
question
now.
from Stu. Which Shenmue bars / restaurants do people wish they could hang out in? I'd love to chill with a whiskey at MJQ. That sounds good, Stu. Chilling with a whiskey currently. In Gym HQ. But yeah, I think MJQ is probably my favourite bar in the series. I like the music. Quite like pool.
Mampukun Ramen. Mampukun, yeah.
Is that yours, or is that what you're reading?
Someone in the chat.
Mammo Bistro. Looks like a nice place to be.
When you're not getting smashed over the head with a frying pan.
True. Heartbeats Bar. Seems like a chill place. Be careful in there, though.
Here we are.
Next phase is to hire a billboard. Hashtag let's get Shenmue 4. You could always show up to one of those wrestling matches and change the narrative that goes on there.
Oh, yeah.
Shenmue 3 was a good use of time and money. Casey says, Boy Yokosuka, Saiju-san seems like a cool dude. That's true. You get free cokes in there, don't you?
Blue Sky Beer Garden, that's cool, yeah.
That's nice. I like that actually, with the dartboard outside. Well, in the hallway.
Do you think when Ryo stories conclude in Shenmue 5 he'll head back to Japan? Not if the chapter cards are anything to go by. But that was planned years upon years ago.
Yeah. I always envisioned like this would probably have worked more if it was like a complete saga on the Dreamcast, disc after disc after disc. But I always thought like going back to Japan and just being on like free roam mode, and you could just roam around, talk to characters, and story's complete, kind of. Seen a few fandoms recently that have been hiring billboards. Where are these billboards? Like on roads? You know, you'd look up and see like a film poster. That sort of billboard. Stu says, personally, I don't think he'll go back to Japan. He'll probably be a wandering martial artist like Akira at the end.
I can see that.
I mean, I can see it, but then at the same time, I can also see that he's got friends and family back in Japan, like Ine-san, Fuku-san.
Hashtag let's look for.
Where are you story-wise now, Matt?
So I've just battered the 2 blue snakes.
Well, it says here the earliest you can do the next part of the quest is when you first have to catch the purse snatcher. You've done that, have you?
Not yet, no. So I need to push that on a bit more.
Yeah.
Hey, AM2 podcast, welcome. So I might sort of get through that side of things.
Welcome in. Times Square would be nice, yeah.
Yeah, it would.
A picture like that original big Shenmue thing in Akira Harbor.
If it wasn't insanely expensive, I'd hire a time slot in Times Square.
Didn't someone look that up once? And it was like £2,000 or something.
It might have been, I don't know. I mean, £2,000 is... Yeah, I've not got that sort of money.
I mean, he does kind of have the scripts. I don't know if he's got a script for every single chapter, but we've at least seen that he's got like the first 5 chapters in script format.
Yeah.
So you'd kind of imagine they would have made one for every chapter. I don't know.
The Times Square thing isn't that expensive. It's like 30 quid.
What? What, is it like a brief advert on the thing and then it's gone? There's an app that allows displaying anything on a Times Square billboard. God, anything. That's a bit risky, isn't it? Especially with like this OnlyFans generation, I could imagine some stuff going up on there.
Oh,
does it have to be? Does it have to be like within reason? Like someone couldn't just troll and put like something crazy up on the screen.
TSX Entertainment, is that right? Times Square. Be seen at the heart of Times Square. 15 seconds of fame on the world's largest social media feed. Okay, yeah. I'll install
What
it and
time
have a
is it
look.
now? Should we do it on stream now?
Do it on the stream.
And
I
get
haven't
like
got
one
the
of those.
artwork, I don't
Get
think,
one of those
on my phone.
webcams of Times Square. We can watch it go up. We should do that one stream. If it is that easy.
I'd do it, you know.
Yeah, let's get Shenmue 4.
Surely somebody would get a shot of that.
Well, like I say, I'm pretty sure there's probably a website with a webcam pointed at the Times Square or something you could watch.
Oh, there's apparently a live stream on the site. Let's have a look at the app quickly.
TSX.
Oh yeah,
You get a
there
time
is,
slot when you do the booking, right?
and
Okay.
there is a legit live stream as well, and then you could do a screen record. Okay, yeah.
Is something always up there, or is there like periods where no one's bought an ad slot?
So you're allowed your own original photo or video, social media handles, social media profile URLs. Not allowed links, QR codes, phone numbers, messaging, political messaging, religious messaging, copyrighted content.
Would ours be a political message?
You'd hope not.
Let's get Shenmue 4.
Let's have a...
Who checks before it goes up on the screen? Is that someone's job? And do they refund you if it doesn't meet the things? That would make a good social media post as well, wouldn't it? Really, if you did
Yeah.
a screen record of your advert. Like visit shenmuedojo.com for more info or something like that. If no one has a time slot, I think it just advertised that you can make an advert. Okay, makes sense. No link, so true. How would you get around that?
I would do...
Oh, you just have the hashtag, right?
I'd do
Hashtag let's get Shenmue 4.
the hashtag with the Shenmue 4 box art that I made, and like a faded out background or something. Visit ShenmueDojo.com.
You can't put a link though. Oh, period.com, I see.
Yeah.
Or just visit Shenmue Dojo. I suppose it's pretty obvious, isn't it? People just Google.
Just looking for something.
Or like Stuart says, just walk around wearing your Shenmue t-shirts. I suppose you could get it on print that on a t-shirt, and then you're like a walking advert everywhere. And then you can put your links on the back as well. For free.
I have to fucking sign in.
We should do that, you know, get some sort of like a what is like called like a bulk order of t-shirts, but it's just the box art of Shenmue 4, that chapter style box art. And then on the back it's got like hashtag let's get Shenmue 4, ShenmueDojo.com or something on the back.
I'll give it a go later.
And then just hand them out to people, just chuck them at people. You have a shirt. You have a shirt. Complimentary t-shirt, sure. Just in the middle of Stoke. The billboard is next to Red Stairs in Times Square, where a lot of people sit to just eat stuff. So most of the time people do repost those things on X and TikTok. Okay. Munching into some black garlic, are they? Make a really old looking Rio with the caption Sega, can you just make Shenmue 4 before we all die of old age? How come Shenmue 2 never released for Dreamcast in North America? Because there was a deal for it to be released on the original Xbox instead.
Oh,
It's like
interesting.
a
It has
Peter
to be.
Moore.
So the image has to be square. Didn't know that.
What, perfectly square?
Perfectly square, because I'm just trying it out, like on.
Multitasking.
It converts it to video, then it shows you it. But you probably can't.
Can you make a video? Or is it
my-
just an image?
You could probably make a small video, but you probably can't see it too well. But that's what it looks like at the moment on my phone.
That's pretty sick, you know.
So I reckon, like,
Is that like the screen? That is
Yeah.
the screen like that, right? Angled.
Yeah.
What's it say on the left? Be a
pixel star.
Be pixel star. Let's get Shimmy 4. That would be sick, to be honest. That looks really good.
So I reckon a square image would work really nicely.
Is that cutting off the other ends? Is that why?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't square.
Because it's not
Got you.
square. But I reckon that would be a good shout, actually. Potentially.
I didn't realise it was that big, to be honest.
No, I didn't. It's fucking huge.
Like, I was going to say I'd expect it, but when you see the scale of the people compared to that screen...
I reckon that's a shout, you know. Next
30
Shenmue
quid,
day.
mate. Bloody hell.
30
That's
fucking
15
quid.
quid each.
I'd shut that straight in.
Yeah, I'd do it bloody weekly.
Fucking have some of this, you bastards. I genuinely reckon a square image with...
How much? So, sorry, Matt, I was just thinking if it's 15 quid for 30 quid for 15 seconds, how long could we get it to stay on the screen for if we all banded together?
10 years.
Still probably not long, I get. Yeah, I was going to say, it's just constantly Shenmue.
But, like,
how
a
much would that
serious
cost?
point is, because it says you can put videos up as well, but I don't know how long the videos can be. I'd have to do a bit of reading, but you could put, like, I don't know, a 15-second video up or something.
I'm just thinking, I think everyone in the chat would spare £15, right? Which would get you half of 15 seconds. So 2 people would make 15 seconds. So say if there was like 50 people, for example, willing to do it, what's that? That's 25 times 15 seconds. That's 375 seconds. So how do I work that out in minutes? Is that divided by 60? So it would be on the screen for 6 minutes 25 seconds non-stop.
Did you
do that or not?
I don't know how you buy it. It's like a... do you buy... Like, does it give you options to buy slots, if you know what I mean? Like, how long for? Do a Kickstarter for it.
Kickstarter. We want a year of just the one image. How much would that be? I'm interested to know. It's probably the same amount to just fund Shenmue 4, and we've wasted all the money on an advert.
Right, so I'm just going through like random, because I've got loads of random funny videos. You can put things up for a minute, video-wise, for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see if I've got anything else on here. Problem is, my
What
phone's
would be an
full
hour? Let me see if I can work this out. So, I can do maths. Let me try and work this out. So 15 seconds is 30 quid, right? So how many seconds in an hour? So 60 seconds is a minute. So 60 times 60. So there's 3,600 seconds in an hour. Divide that by 15. So we could have 240, I think,
okay. So now
adverts in an hour.
So you can go live within the next 2 minutes, and you've got like 5:45 Eastern time, which is what, about half an hour from now. And you've got like selection of air times basically all the way through. You can select the day that you want to do it. up for 2 weeks ahead. I imagine you get taxed on it as well. So standard cost is $40, so you're about 30 quid. There's packages.
Yeah.
So you can get 3 plays over 2 hours, which is $100. Or you can
So
get
you can't do
8
non-stop.
No, or you can get 8 plays over 2 hours for $300. So if
8 plays.
So I click available times. Yeah, this is where it's a bit harder because you can end up with less
work.
space.
8 times for how long did you say? How much? $300
for 8 times for over 2 hours, and you get premium slots for that as well. So, for example, you get it at like 5 in the afternoon, which is like peak time in America.
I was going to say the math doesn't add up there because you could do them all separately and you'd actually get 10.
But the availability is like hit and miss. I imagine
you get
weekends.
more because you said dollars.
I imagine weekends are more expensive or certainly more sought after. But like the next 4th is a Thursday, for example. So you could book like a one-off slot, and then like
we could literally do it every 4th, couldn't we?
Just chuck
we
in
could
a few quid.
Integrate it into the 4th. Every 4th, there's a guaranteed Shenmue 4 ad in Times Square for 15 seconds.
I guarantee you, if we then put that on our social media and maybe like tagged some magazines in it, I reckon they'd do it. And like they'd run
what you want
something.
as well, you want those sort of TikTok people that like roam around Times Square filming people's reactions. Like if anyone we know someone that's in Times Square on the 4th at that time slot, could just go around and film stuff in person. That'd be pretty cool. Yanni's all in.
I need to knock up an artwork for it. That's the thing. A square artwork. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. It's like insane. Eye-catching. It needs to be really eye-catching, doesn't it? Like that episode of The Simpsons where it's like, sex. Now that I've got your attention, let's get Shenmue 4.
I wonder, as an experiment, if I did my box art with the hashtag Let's Get Shenmue 4 at the bottom, and like a faded out something behind it, like artwork or something, I think that would potentially look quite cool. As like an experiment to see how it sort of comes out, especially if you can see it live. Because I just record it.
Since you can't do like copyrighted material, you wouldn't get in trouble even if you did like the original Shenmue 1 box art, would you? Really?
No one would give a shit.
That's what I mean. So like, I think just like I was saying, like the original promotional artwork for that in like Japan, those billboards we'd seen of the original Shenmue artwork. Imagine if that popped on the screen with Let's Get Shenmue 4. Just the original artwork would look stunning, I think. It's like iconic, isn't it? It's like... I'm just thinking the box art is good, but it's like people are going to be looking at it and be... Will they instantly connect with it? Do you think it'll be like... What is this? Like I say, the original box art is pretty iconic to me. But maybe that's just to me. I don't know. Maybe the Shenmue 3 limited run complete edition, where they tried to match the same look and feel of the original box art. Got Shenhua, Rio, and Landion with a blue background and the moon. That looks pretty nice, you know. If you could get like a high quality version of that, but then put Let's Get Shenmue 4 underneath.
That'd look cool.
I'm looking at it, by the way. That's why I'm looking up weirdly.
So I haven't got it behind me.
It's really
But
nice.
I'll have a think. But I reckon... Yeah, you'd want Rio on there.
Yeah, like you say, no one's going to care. You're not going to have Sega on the phone like Nintendo with that Yuzo thing. Yuzo was 2 million. Matt. Yeah. There's definitely some cool ideas. Like maybe you could put like 1999 Shenmue 1, 2001 Shenmue 2, 2019 Shenmue 3, 2024 Shenmue 4, something. Let's make it happen.
I mean, because it's not insanely expensive, you could probably experiment with things a little bit as well.
Yeah. Yeah, we could get a few different artworks. Happen to work with 3 graphic designers who are open for commissions. Do they work for free, Clunky?
Being straight up as well, Clunky, I don't think the people organising this would know what Shenmue was, and they'd be like, oh, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. I reckon Shenmue Forever could make a nice artwork as well.
Might be a conversation to have. Quite, yeah, actually.
Yeah, yeah. It would be pretty cool to have like at least one time slot every month. And like Peter says, it probably would go viral. I'll sort you out a box of Yorkshire if you want, Clunky. So this is the bit you do now. So the earliest you can do this quest is when you first have to catch a purse snatcher.
Oh,
Visit the side of Hotel Niawu to meet Mai, who will give you Chawan Sign 4. Then we can get some more trophies.
I might call it here, actually, because it's 10:30. Nearly.
Okay, Mark. Whenever you want. Kento says, don't worry about copyright, they don't seem to care. Recently someone used a picture of Messi but bald. I reckon we've already got images that we can test anyway. Like Matt's box art we can test. That one of the different game covers I think is pretty cool. I
if
like
that was done in, if that was squared off, I think that'd be
Yeah.
sweet as fuck, actually.
Like maybe instead of them being in a row, you could have them stacked. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, you could do quite nicely, and then even if you had it as just a 3, like Shenmue 1 and 2, Shenmue 3, Shenmue 4, that'd work.
Yeah, boom, boom, boom.
And it's, I can't believe it's that cheap. I'm quite surprised it's that cheap, actually. Let's save this game anyway.
I suppose 15 seconds in the grand scheme of things, people wandering around not really doing much. Is it more of like a glance? Is that like only allowing a glance, I guess? 15
Possibly.
Seconds?
But then I guess this is the thing, isn't it? If you do it once, you get like a quick glance at it. But if you then do it like as a package, like 3 or 8, 3 times an hour or something.
Yeah. How many people are in Times Square at any one given point?
Dread to think.
Like, what's the potential reach there? Is there like thousands of people?
And it's literally, just so everybody can see, like that's the live stream right now. So it's literally trained on the thing the whole time. So that is Times Square right now.
What looks to be someone's phone.
So it's going
it's like an advert.
Yeah, it's going through the adverts right now.
Interesting.
So I don't know if you can pause it or anything. No, you can't.
Any sound, or is it just moving images?
It's just moving images, I think. Yeah, it's just moving images. But as long as you've got a screen recording of it, you know when it's happening.
Yeah. Like we did it at 4 p.m. every 4th. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like because you'd have to do it at peak time probably in America to get most art. Wow, because peak time in America.
Like 4 p.m. is what I meant, like in Times Square. 4
yes,
p.m.
which is 9 o'clock here.
At night.
Yes.
Okay, well that would work. We could watch it on stream.
Yeah, we could, in theory, as long as we got the slot. I mean, you can book, looking at this, I'm going to have another quick look, but you can book 2 weeks ahead. So if I went in and just went, I'll just upload an image quickly, just for argument's sake. I'll use the same one that I've just done, because it doesn't matter.
Like I say, I won't be here next month.
If I go see your air times, so yeah, like if you go onto a like 2 weeks ahead on a Saturday, it changes in price a little bit. So like 4 p.m. on a Saturday, just as a random example, in America, right at 4 p.m. is $40, and it goes up to $60 if you do it at like premiere time, which is obviously like the high footfall traffic time. I think next
what would 4 p.m. be?
So that's $40.
$40. So that's the 30 quid.
On a weekday, it is all $40 all the way through. Any time slot you want.
Okay.
So if I went
I like this idea.
Through, continue to check out.
Just something a bit different, really, isn't it? And then it would make.
Oh, then so you literally upload it.
History news.
You can get promo codes as well. They get a notification as it goes live. Obviously, if we've pre-booked it, we'll know when it's going live, so we can have it on computer ready or something to watch it. And then it would work. Yeah. And I do
I'm
agree.
Down for that. 4
I do
p.m.
agree with what Casey's saying. Yeah, that you get some publications to cover it. Like we put some messages out to people and we're like, we're doing this. Have a watch. And it might just get people talking. What do you lose? Nothing. Bit of money.
30 quid.
It's not much, is it, really?
Yeah.
I am gonna.
And have you really lost 30 quid? Because you did get something from it, in a sense, even if no one looks at it.
I'm going to experiment with an image and to see how it comes out, and to see what I can come up with. And then go. I reckon it might be worth a conversation with Shenmue Forever. See,
yeah,
because that could work.
Yeah, really something that's like eye-catching, straight to the point. It's like pretty obvious what the image is, because you don't want it to be like confusing. Like someone looks at it and they just ignore it because they don't know what we're on about.
So yes, Ali, we're not trying. We are going to book the Times Square billboard at some point. I'm gonna knock an artwork together this week and see if I can get something on it.
Thinking it would work well at 4 p.m. That's like Times Square time.
4 p.m.
every 4th of the month.
On the 4th of the month. Something
which
like
apparently
that.
is 9 p.m. UK time, which would be like halfway through the stream, so we could like actually watch it on stream as well, which would be cool. Yeah, man.
I like that idea. Whoever suggested that, I can't remember who suggested it in the chat earlier. That's a fucking brilliant idea. I didn't know you could do that.
Is it Kenzo or someone, I think?
But I like that idea. I like that idea a lot. Right.
You're going to be booking billboards around the world now. It's not just Times Square.
I imagine you could probably... I don't know if you could do it in, like, London or
to
whatever.
a city near you.
But Times Square's the one, isn't it?
Shenmue 4 box art.
Because I think if you just saw that up there, or even just like someone said, with the image of Rio, Landy, Shenhua, and just hashtag Let's Get Shenmue 4, that could work quite nicely. The box art could work that I made. I can knock some stuff up pretty quickly. Yeah. Tokyo, maybe.
Tokyo would be good as well, because they should really recognise it, shouldn't they?
They should, yeah.
You'd have thought. Yeah, I'm thinking, man, maybe we could ask Limited Run Games if they've got like the original artwork file for that box art.
Could do. Don't know if they give it to us, but it's worth an ask. Worth an ask. Right. On that rather good bombshell, and thank you for the idea, whoever came up with that. Brilliant idea. We're going to call the stream here, because it is around, just gone 10:30. But while we work out booking billboards across the world, which sounds like a great idea, thank you everybody for dropping in on the stream for hashtag Let's Get Shenmue 4, hashtag Shenmue Anime 2 Day. Always appreciate people dropping in on the content everywhere that you can find us. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Shenmue Dojo. You know where exactly you can find us. Fingers crossed. It's a big year this year for Shenmue, I think. But we keep pushing. Do some experiments, hire some billboards, piss some people off. I'm sure we'll get there eventually. That's the hope. That's the dream.
That's the way to go.
But we shall see. Competitions, guys. Don't forget those. James put those in the links earlier. Don't forget your competitions.
I'll do it again.
Do make sure you enter those as well. Do make sure you check out all of the Shenmue news that's out there. New game from George Kitchen's being made currently. Don't forget about Dreams of Saturn, which won an award from the Sega Lounge as the best Sega fan game of 2023. Plenty more to come from the Shenmue community as well. But everybody, thank you so much for dropping in. We will sort out another stream. I don't quite know when yet. Whether we do one sort of towards the end of the month. I might go solo on the 4th. We'll see. I don't know if I want to go solo, though. Talk to myself.
Good tag team with someone. Get Casey to do one with you or something.
Special guest in.
If she wants.
Get a special guest in for the night. But we'll see. But for now, guys, thank you as always. Thank you for dropping in on the content. Thank you for supporting Shenmue. We will get Shenmue 4 one way or the other, even if it means hiring a billboard for 15 seconds.
For life.
And thank you, Sean Hastings, for becoming a member as well. It is much appreciated.
Yeah, Sean.
On that note, I'm going to take us out with Wish. Thank you, guys. Thank you as ever, and we'll be back in the not too distant future. We've got a video coming out Saturday, and also the podcast will be going live on Wednesday evening, 8 o'clock as a premiere. James will be in the chat, and I will be there very soon after that as well. But for now, guys, it's a goodbye from me.
It's a goodbye from me.
Take
Make
it
sure
easy,
you're
guys.
on Wednesday, guys.
And have a good one.
See you later,
guys. All the best.
Take care.
いつか見た夢のように撫でて通り過ぎる海へつながるほど潮の香り運ぶよ愛しさが優しい嘘つかせる寂しさを未だいてほしいのに I wish you were all with me here with me 幾つの夜を越えても込み上げる切な 巡る季節の中で流されそうになった時もきっとこの気持ちだけ甘い香り残すよ背中から聞いたこと泣きたくなった祈りにも似た想い抱きしめて I wish you will always be by my side いくつの夜を越えても眠れずに膝を寂しさ